Hello, eighth grade remote students. Today I am back to read Act 4, Scene 5. So before we do that, we're going to do some reviewing. So most recently, we'll go back a little bit. We've had some deaths in our play. Tybalt kills Mercutio. Romeo then kills Tybalt, gets himself banished. Romeo and Juliet are very upset about it, still spend the night together. And then Juliet is talking with her parents, and they decide that Juliet will be married to Paris on Thursday, and this is a bad decision because she's already married. They make this decision without her consent and try to force her to do it, and it causes a big fight, and um, they almost disown Juliet because she doesn't want to marry Paris. The Juliet eventually goes to the friar to get a plan to get out of marrying Paris. In Act 4 so far, um, Friar gives Juliet the plan to escape the wedding to Paris. He gives her a potion that's going to make her appear like she's dead. She'll really be fast asleep. They'll have a funeral for her. Romeo will come in the morning to pick her up, and they together will run away to Mantua. In the meantime, Friar's plan is to send letters to Romeo and Mantua using another friar named Friar John as his messenger. In the last three scenes that we did, we put 2, 3, and 4 together. Juliet comes home, tells her father she will marry Paris. She's faking it. She's lying to him and saying that she will marry him, even though she will not. Capulet's happy with this and decides that they will get married tomorrow, which is Wednesday instead of Thursday. The nurse helps Juliet get ready for the wedding, and Lady Capulet also helps a little bit. Juliet goes to bed alone. She worries about what might happen if the potion doesn't work. But she eventually drinks the potion and falls asleep immediately. And the Capulets are getting ready for the party, the wedding, late at night, and Capulet just asked the nurse to go wake up Juliet. So the nurse is on her way to wake up Juliet right now. So this is Act 4, Scene 5. This is happening in Juliet's bedroom, and it's Wednesday morning. So the people in the scene are Juliet, and she is like asleep in her bed. You can see her here. She's seeming dead. The nurse, Lady Capulet, Lord Capulet, Friar Lawrence, and Paris. Well, let's get started. So the nurse enters, and she is trying to wake up Juliet. She says, "Mistress, what mistress? Juliet fast asleep, I warrant. She, why lady, why landlady? Fie, you slug in bed, madam, sweetheart, why bride, why, what, not a word?" She's trying to wake her up. She's realizing she's not waking up. "You get all the sleep you can now, for tonight, I warrant, the Count Paris shall let you rest but little. God forgive me." "How sound is she asleep? Madam, 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 ay, let the Count take you in your bed. He'll fright you up, in faith, will he not?" So she's trying to wake up Juliet. Obviously, Juliet is not awakening. And she's like, talking, making some jokes about how Paris and her will spend the night together tonight after their wedding. She then opens the bed curtains, as you can see in this picture. There's some like curtains around the bed. Oh, I think I went too far. Yep. The nurse opens the bed curtains. She says, "What, dressed and in your clothes, yet asleep? I must needs wake you. Lady, lady, lady. Alas, alas, help, help, my lady's dead. Oh, curse the day that I was born. My lord, my lord." So she's trying to wake her up, finally realizes Juliet is not waking up. So she is like, "Oh no, she's dead. My lady's dead." Like, she's freaking out. Lady Capulet enters. "What noise is here? What's happening?" Nurse says, "Oh, lamentable day. Like, oh, what a sad day." Lady Capulet, Juliet's mother, says, "What is the matter?" Nurse says, "Look, look, oh, heavy day." Lady Capulet says, oh me, my child, my only life, come back to life, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, help, call help." So Lady Capulet's freaking out a little bit too. Can't believe that her only daughter is dead. Remember, she's not actually dead. She's asleep under this potion, but her parents don't know that, and they think that she is actually dead. Lord Capulet, Juliet's dad, says, "For shame, bring faith Juliet forth. Her Lord is come." She says he doesn't know quite yet that she's dead. So she's like, Paris is here. Um, let's, wake her up so that she can be married today. The nurse tells him she's dead, deceased, she's dead. Alack the day. Lady Capulet continues, "Alack the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead." They're just very upset about her death. Capulet says, "Ha, let me see her. Alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. Oh, woeful day." So her family is like saying she must have died a long time ago. She's dead. They're kind of like pretty upset about this, obviously. Capulet says, "Death that hath taken her hence to make me wail ties up my tongue and will not let me speak." He's just very upset. He's upset his daughter has died. Now enter Friar Lawrence and Count Paris. Friar Lawrence says, "Come, is the bride ready to go to church?" So he's faking it. He's saying, "Is Juliet ready to go get married?" Capulet says, "Ready to go, but never to return. O Paris, my son, the night before thy wedding day hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir, my daughter he hath wedded. I will die and leave him all. Life, wealth, all is death's." He's just very upset that he is not going to get to marry his daughter away to Paris. And like their only daughter died. So it's very upsetting for them. Paris says, "Have I waited so long to see this morning, and doth it show me such a grief as this, such a sight as this?" Paris is also very upset. He's been waiting to marry her. He gets there, and she is quote unquote dead. Lady Capulet says, "Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day, most miserable hour that ever time saw. I had but one, poor one living child, but one thing to rejoice and take solace in, and cruel death has stolen it from me." So they're just mourning the death of Juliet right now. And the nurse is continuing her grief here. She says, "Oh, woe, oh, woeful, woeful, woeful day, most lamentable day, most woeful day that ever I did yet behold. Oh, day, oh, hateful day. Never was seen so dark a day as this. Oh, woeful day, oh, woeful day." She's very upset. Remember, she's very close to Juliet, so she is filled with grief. Tricked, Paris says, "Tricked, divorced, wronged, spited, slain, most detestable death. Death, thou art cruel. O love, I have no life if my love is dead." Paris is also beside himself with sadness. Capulet says, "Alack, my child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried." And her dad is obviously also very upset too. So Friar Lawrence, who knows what's actually going on, he's going to speak to them and give them some advice here. Friar Lawrence says, "Peace for shame. The cure for confusion lives not in your cryings. Heaven had part in giving you this fair maid. Now heaven hath her, and 'tis all the better for the maid. Your mortal humanity could not keep her from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. All you wanted was her advancement. All you wanted," he's saying, "all you wanted was her to marry a nobleman. And weeping now that she has advanced above the clouds in heaven, dry up your tears, bear her to church." He says, "Heaven has her now. All you wanted was for her to marry a nobleman, and now she's advanced to heaven. So dry up your tears and bring her to church." Capulet agrees and says, "All things that we intended for festivities turn to black funeral." So all the wedding decorations that they put together are now going to be used for a funeral. Our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding banquet to a sad burial feast, our celebratory hymns to sullen dirges change, our bridal flowers serve for a buried corpse, and all things change to the opposite of what they were meant for. So basically, they're going to turn this wedding into a funeral for Juliet. Friar says, "Sir, go you in, and madam go with him, and you, Sir Paris. Every one prepare to follow this fair corpse under her grave. The heavens do frown upon you. Upset them no more by crossing their high will. So they're about to have the funeral and prepare for the funeral. Here's a little picture of Juliet in her funeral bed. Remember, keep in mind, she is not actually dead. She has faked her death. So they are about to have the funeral. So there's no dialogue or stage directions in the funeral, but here's something really important that happens. So they have the funeral. Here it is. The Capulet tomb is right here. So this is where Tybalt and the other dead Capulets are lying, and Juliet's about to go in there. As this is happening, as she's going into the tomb or being brought into the tomb, Romeo's trusted servant Balthazar, this is him, the one who knows that Juliet and Romeo are married, sees Juliet's funeral happening. So this is important because there's a fake funeral going on. Romeo's servant is kind of sneaking over the wall and sees that this funeral is happening. He doesn't know that Juliet has faked her death. So this is not good because this is Romeo's like best friend and servant. This is not good because he is going to tell Romeo that Juliet is dead. And Romeo does not yet know the plan from the friar. All right, so let's go take our notes for scene 5. So the Capulets find Juliet dead and hold a funeral for her. um, Balthazar peeks in on the funeral and sees that Juliet is dead, not understanding that she has faked her death. So, okay, we're gonna leave off here. We've only got 2 more videos to go. You guys are doing a great job, and please reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.